Hey, what's up, guys? How is everybody doing? What a great day to be a Milanista, huh? What a beautiful day to be a Milanista today. We're going to be discussing the beautiful piece of art that we saw at the San Siro today. Milan Sassuolo 3-1 for Sassuolo. The game started off pretty nicely, man. I thought it was going to be nice and smooth, but man, they scored right away. Shit, there's a lot to talk about. Listen, I'm gonna go last because I want to hear what you guys have got to say, because I know you guys have your opinions are a little bit wilder than mine. Maybe let's start with Skillard. Skillard, first of all, how you doing, Skillard?
I'm doing good. How's everyone?
Awesome, awesome. Are you happy?
Not happy, definitely not happy, but amused.
You're amused. What did you think about today's game?
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna say it's absolute shit show in a game that we know that we should bounce back. We didn't, and if anyone's watching the Napoli game, this is how you bounce back from a loss. You take a loss to any team. You in the race for the Scudetto. You want to win the Scudetto. After you lose, you smash the team right after. For us, we went against Atletico, and now we seem that we're some sort of top dog, big shit, and we ended up shitting on our own performance at
Yeah.
home, by the way, against
Mhm.
Sassuolo. And we've said this since the beginning of the season. If you want to win the Scudetto, and Roy, I think you said this several times as well. If you want to win Scudetto, you don't lose to teams like Sassuolo, to Fiorentina.
No, not
This
really.
will come back and haunt us in so many different ways. Now, from the Scudetto race, we're in a top four race. Inter is what, just 1 point behind, and Atlanta is what, 4 points behind us. It's
Yeah,
it's it's a shit situation.
all that good work that was done in these past what is it, 14 games or so, it's all gone to, yeah, from being a contender now to let's make sure we stay in the top four. But you know what, guys, and then I want to hear it, John. Honestly, losses will happen again. The standings might look completely different by the end of the season. By by last of month of the season, who knows who's going to be fighting for the top four? It looks like it's going to be a tight race. Red John, what do you think, my man? What do you think about today?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, good.
So I agree 100% with Skillert in the sense that a team that wants to win the Scudetto does not lose 2 games in a row. Never. Like, uh, to be honest, after the loss versus Fiorentina, in my mind, I had no doubt that we would come out in the game against Sassuolo and just play with I don't know, with blood in our eyes. Like go there to kill. You don't go there to wobble about, right? But it seems like this is what we did. We went there, we scored a goal from a set piece, and then after that it was total domination from Sassuolo. Like I don't remember us having any occasions, to be honest. But man, I'm sad because these are the kind of games that show the mentality of the team. And if a team loses 2 matches in a row, that it means that you don't win the Scudetto. On top of this is the fact that in the last 3 games we have conceded 8 goals. These are relegation numbers. These are not numbers you expect from a team that wants to win the Scudetto. Just
In the
judge
last two, in the last three
in the
games.
last 3 games we have conceded 8 goals. To
Well,
make a
that's a lot.
comparison, Napoli conceded 7 goals in the last 12 games. We have conceded 8 goals in the last 3. So the numbers don't speak in our favor. On top of that, I think we don't have world class players, man. When the team is playing like shit, like we play today, that player drags you. I think it's Ibra, but even Ibra, he is 40 years old, and most of the time he is offsides. Get it? This is the problem with him. You don't have a player that when the team is doing shit, that player carries the team. You don't have that, and I'm sad for that. That's it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, and then we're going to discuss all the players today, and we're going to go into details. First, let's get yeah, just roundabout just thoughts. Safe, what do you think about today?
Well, where can I start, man? Seriously. I mean, as I even saw this last season, which is why I officially declare myself or like Milan as not a Serie A contender. Let's just get that straight. Because last season we did this shit. Many competitors played with each other. We had an easy game. We had a chance to go on top of everyone, and we bottled it. Now, this is one of the only streams where, apart from one decision, I don't want to see anyone blaming Pioli. Anyone. Because Pioli cannot go into the pitch and tell Bakayoko, bro, concentrate, don't make that shitty mistake. Pioli can't go and be the captain. I'm not saying Romagnoli is a bad player, don't get me wrong. He deserves to start. But he's not a captain, you know? He's not a captain. He doesn't scream, shout, he doesn't organize the defense. I know we're going to get into the players later on, but I think we are a talented squad. It's not impossible, but I don't think we have enough leaders. I haven't seen enough passion in the last few games to suggest that we're gonna win the league. That's it. I want to get into some players because, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll say what I feel then. Look, I'm always a little bit more positive. Yeah, for me, you lose some. For me, the thing is, you win many, you lose some. That's the motto. It's impossible to never lose. So losses will come, and sometimes they even come against teams that you would think they would never still come.
But
So,
you never lose 2 in a row. Like, do you remember Inter last season to lose 2 games in a row? Do you remember that? Or Juventus before that? In the last 20 years, man, even us in 2000, we have never lost 2 games in a row. Like, the teams that go and win the Scudetto don't lose 2 games in a row, because this is all the Scudetto is not only won with feet. The Scudetto is won with the fucking mentality. You go to the pitch and you fucking break legs to bring the 3 points. You don't go in the pitch and wobble about, man. I saw our players walking casually while we were losing 2-0. Like, are you kidding me, man? You lost the game before that.
100%, no passion.
Let me finish, and then you answer. Let me finish, and then you can answer. So again, as I was saying, I am not concerned about losses because losses will come, and for me, it's not a big deal. I think Milan is going to bounce back because it's what they do, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we lost these 2 games. I do think that we're conceding way too many. Sorry, I have to mute. There's a lot of noise. I got to mute. I do think it's unfortunate that we are conceding a lot of goals. That it's not so much the loss that is worrying me. It is the conceded goals. We're conceding way too many goals. And that is something that makes me think that we're not going to win the Scudetto. But as far as fighting for the Scudetto, the fight is still on. In a month, these games will be behind us. Milan is going to be somewhere completely different. We have Genoa, we have Salernitana, supposedly 2 easy games coming. Supposedly, hopefully, if the team bounces back. And I think Milan is going to bounce back. I'm really not that worried. It's too early for me to worry right now. All right, Red John, finish what you were saying.
So listen, again, I'm not worried about the fact that a team that has lost 2 games in a season cannot win the Scudetto. Of course it can. You can lose 3 games, 4 games in a season, 5 games in a season, and still go and win the Scudetto. My problem here is this. A team that wants to win the Scudetto has to win it with the mentality. Just look at Milan in the past. Milan in the past has been a tournament team. We would go to finals of the Champions League, win the finals of the Champions League, but we would never win the Scudetto, okay? Because we would lose against Sassuolo back then, Benevento, whatever. You would just lose point against this. So now the problem is this. When you lose a game against Fiorentina, it happens. Everyone loses a game. Inter lost against us in the 4th match last season, right? But you don't go and lose the game after that, because this is a matter of mentality, in my opinion. And if you don't have the mentality, I can guarantee you right now, that you don't win the Scudetto if you don't have the mentality to go and get the 3 points with any means necessary, right? And I was set today not because we lost. I am set today because of the approach we took. 2-1 for Sassuolo with 45 minutes to go. I would see players walk, give passes without thinking. not thinking through, not having a plan, disorganized. This is the problem that I have, right? And not just that, but we all also have to live with the PTSD of last season. That after a certain point, we started crumbling, and then we had to fight in the last match day for the top 4 place. And now I remember 2 weeks ago we were 7 points clear of the third place Inter. Now we are 7 points clear of the 5th place. Okay, so lose 2 more matches, and you're gonna fucking fight to reach the top 4 again, and we will celebrate again for reaching top 4. This is my problem.
All right. Anybody else wants to challenge my positivity?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
yeah, sorry, Skiller, go on.
no, you go ahead.
I mean, it's the manner, right? Why I'm worried. We were 3-0 down against Fiorentina. We lost that game in an embarrassing way, and I still wasn't mad. I saw some positivity. We made some chances. If we finished off our chances in the first half, I believe we could have won the game. But this game, my God, the amount of players being neglected in the final third, the amount of, I would say, mini chances, the amount we got near the goal, and we dribbled, we didn't know what to do. The players, some players not tracking back, fighting for their life, like this game would have meant a lot to us. We would have still been 4+ on Inter. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm just seeing, I'm just seeing last season all over again. But last season, up to this point, we were doing much better. In my point, in terms of results, I'm seeing this season, two games in a row we should have won. We didn't win. Competitors are closing in on us. You got Roma winning today. You got Atalanta winning away against Juventus. Perfectly like Rajon said, 2 more slip-ups and we're fucked. It's last season all over again, but harder because we bottled it in the end last season. Now it's not even match day 13 or 14, and we do this kind of stuff. Not saying the season is over, but we need to get our shit together because even before these 2 games, we were playing like shit and we got away with a few results because we were a bit lucky and we had some moments of magic.
And also,
We didn't. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Steve. And
Yeah.
if I can say something, I'm sadly, pleasantly surprised with Napoli. Look at what Napoli is doing. Napoli lost the first match in Serie A, went to Lazio, and is fucking killing them. It's not walking around the field thinking, oh, it's an easy match. No, it's killing 3-0 first half.
Well, I don't think Milan thought this was going to be an easy match. I don't think Milan approached it that way.
It certainly didn't look like it. It didn't look like it.
I think mostly I would congratulate rather Sassuolo for making it very difficult for Milan to play their kind of football. Sassuolo did a really good job today. Sassuolo is a team that has a lot of good players, and they will beat the big teams. And we have been victims of Sassuolo before. But Skiller, did you want to challenge my positivity before I go on?
No, actually, you could say I'm somewhat supportive, and take sides in the comment. There's logical sense in this, yeah. So we lost 2 games, and no one can deny the fact that mathematically we're still in the running. We have, you could say, yes, we're right on paper, 2 games, and if we do beat Napoli, and based on today's feeling or atmosphere, you could say that it seems a bit of a stretch. But if we do beat Napoli, guys, we're still back in it. So it's not entirely doom and gloom. But of course, what I did see from the team is not to say that we took it easy, but there was so much and of course, I don't know what's going on in their head, but it looked a lot like overconfidence. You saw how Kessie, how he gave the ball away. He tried to take the ball from, I think, just outside of our box and just drive it through the midfield. Didn't work. He got dispossessed. And the same thing with Bakayoko. He tried to pass it, expecting someone to pick up his pass, got intercepted, led to a goal. And everywhere inside the attack, they were getting into the box and just passing it to I don't know who, expecting someone to come in and just tap it in. It just didn't work. I just thought it was a lot of overconfidence.
Yeah. Look, I was watching the game this morning. It was really early for me this morning. I didn't want to do a watch along because it was way too early. It was 6 a.m. here. And I thought the team started really well, and they were playing their game. They're keeping Sassuolo at bay. I do want to say Bakayoko and Benacer, even in those first, let's say, 25 minutes or so, they looked okay. They didn't look like they had everything under control, but it seemed like they were going to be able to manage. Then, Romagnoli scores that goal. And then right afterwards, there's this sequence of play there in the back where it is, I believe, the defenders are playing the ball. They go to Magnan. Magnan goes to Florenzi. Florenzi goes to Bakayoko. And then Bakayoko tries this vertical pass to either Salamakers or whoever was there in the midfield. And he completely botches that pass. A very, very dangerous pass because it gave Sassuolo this opportunity to just go through the central channel and give Scamacca a beautiful shot, by the way, but a free shot and a beautiful goal by Scamacca. And then after that, the team just did not recover. They crumbled in their shell, and it was unfortunate that happened. But again, guys, look, I don't expect this Milan to dominate the season every single game. I don't expect this Milan. I expect this Milan to fight for the Scudetto, and I expect this Milan to suffer, and I expect this Milan to not win every single game. And right now, it's so far from the end of the season. It's really pointless even talking about what's going to be happening in the last month. But the only thing that is concerning me is not so much that we're losing the games, it's how many goals we're getting scored on. And I will repeat that. That is the only thing that is concerning me.
But really, don't you
yeah.
have to also give credit to Sassuolo? You see how clinical they were? They dispossessed this, took the chance, back of the net for Scamacca. Berardi, pass to Romagnoli, straight through the legs, back of the net. This is how clinical these our opponents are. And for us, we have the chances, and it goes over the post to the side netting. Don't know where it goes.
But let's also be wary of one thing, that Sassuolo has not had the same goal rate as Milan. They're clinical today, fine, at our expense, but they're not clinical every single game. Unfortunately, we had to face Sassuolo that was on fire today. What are you going to do? But our offense today was no jab, no KO punches. It was, I don't know. It's strange because we came off such a great victory. Then Pioli renewal contract, Murphy's Law. He renews the contract, and right after he renews the contract, literally the worst game of the season. But let's start talking about the players. First of all, let's unless someone else wants to talk about someone else, wants to add someone else. But I want to talk about the players, starting from the goalkeeper, the return of Mike Magnan. Now, do you guys think maybe Tatarusano should have played? Or do you think that Mike Magnan is good and we're good to go? What do you guys think?
This makes no sense. The goalkeeper had nothing to do with any of the goals. Like, I could have been in goal today, and it would have still ended 3-1.
Well, the goalkeeper the goalkeeper is not there just to save the shots. The goalkeeper is there to add also has a impact as far as personality, as far as distribution, etc. The reason why I'm asking is because Tatarusano has found a great chemistry, great form with the team, great rhythm with the team.
No, he hasn't. One of the game against Fiorentina, we were here shitting on Tatarusano.
But that was a mistake.
Was the linking thing? What about in the Fiorentina game? Wasn't it better if we had Magnan instead of Tatarusano? Like if we want to talk seriously about this game, the goalkeeper has nothing to do with any of the chances. The problem was the defense. The defense is in the 3 last games in the league, in my opinion, awful. Even in the game against Inter, even though we only conceded 1 goal, was awful. But we also have to talk about this. 2 games in the league that Tomori misses, we have conceded 7 goals. So there is certainly something not clicking in the defense. On top of that, I think this post factum that you cannot just wake up and decide to play Bakayoko and Benacer in the game in the league when you want to win the game?
Let's get there, but let's not jump ahead. Let's stick with the players. Let's not jump ahead. So you, Red John, in your opinion, the goalkeeper doesn't matter whether it was Tata Rusano or Mike Maignan today. It didn't really matter.
I would be surprised if anyone thinks otherwise, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just give my quick opinion. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's good that we have Mike Maignan back. I don't know if it's bringing him so fast. I have an issue with that, but he had some decent saves today. I don't know. Honestly, it's something that I wonder. What do you guys think? Let's stay with the goalkeeper for now, and then let's move on player to player. Skillert.
But with Mike Maignan, what I would say is that the psychological impact of having your starting players come back should have been beneficial towards the team. But then, as we can see, is that him being in goal, it didn't energize anyone in defense. Even worse, they seemed to be lost, and it was absolute shit at the back. It's no nice way of saying it. If I was Mike, I would even tell Pioli is that I feel injured again. I'm coming back in January after the shit that I saw. Become mentally injured after that performance.
Yeah. I do feel that when you have a player that is gaining momentum, it's tough to change him like that. Safe, any opinions on the goalkeeper?
I mean, if Tata Rusano was still there, I think the result would have still been the same. I saw that Maignan was a bit not fresh, he was a bit rusty, but that's fine. He's been missing for quite a while. It's good that Tata Rusano wouldn't have made an impact. He got some game time. Maignan, he's more fresh for the next game. I think he's only going to get better. He's going to return to form in the next few games, hopefully. So no, the goalkeeper doesn't make much of a difference today.
Okay. All right. I like this comment here by Tick Size. It says, I suspect the CL expended a lot of energy from the team. First time in CL in 7 years. Needs some adjustment from the physical and mental side of the game. Now, that is a fact that Sassuolo was fucking on picnics, taking a rest, drinking pina coladas while Milan was fighting for their lives in Spain. Of course, there is a big difference there as far who is more rested coming into this game. Do you guys think now? Do I think this could have affected the performance? Yes, I do. Absolutely, 100%.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish, and then you go. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna get pissed off. You don't want to see me get pissed off. Now, 100%, because I know for a fact that you have to be able to manage these kind of situations. Doesn't matter that much. Maybe it depends on where Sassuolo is, but it can make a difference. You need to know how to manage your squad and how to manage your energies. All right, now you guys can go. Thank you.
Richard, you can go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it's pretty simple. Like, it either is true or it isn't. In the sense that if it's true, then we have to see every week after a Champions League game, big teams losing, right? Do we see that? I don't think we do, right? So
well, it depends how you manage it. I'm saying, go ahead. Sorry.
So if you don't see every week big teams losing because of the Champions League, then it's not a rule and it cannot be used as a justification for this case, right?
Well, Reggio, let me ask you, but you even mentioned that the Milan of the past would win these huge games in the Champions League and then go to the San Siro or in the Serie A and lose against Cesena, lose against Verona.
Yes, but the reason why they would lose to Cesena, to Verona, was not the fact that they were physically tired. It was the fact that they would take these matches because they would win against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They go to Cesena and think, okay, we are playing against Cesena. Who gives a fuck? We will just beat them. And then in the end, it proves that, no, you have to run in order to win. It's not a physical matter, in my opinion. It's a mentality matter. And we have had it historically. This is the reason why we only have 18 Scudettos and not 36.
38.
38. I'm sorry, right?
Get it right.
I want to ask forgiveness to you and all other Milan fans out there.
Okay, thank you. Saif, what about you? You were saying something.
Not at all. It's only an excuse. Here's why. Leao hasn't played in the Atletico game. Most of the guys who started this game came on as subs. I mean, fuck me if you play 20 minutes against Atletico and suddenly you gotta be tired and it's okay for you to lose in that manner against Sassuolo, because it's not the case. Here, Romagnoli, okay, they are center backs. We had Magnan back. We had Florenzi starting, who did not start that game, and we still talk about stamina and fatigue. Come on. Why I say that? Because Leao kept running in the game. He had some brainless decisions in the end. Ibra didn't have much chances. Ben Nasser, Bakayoko, it wasn't a thing about being tired. They just had no cohesion, no chemistry at all with each other. Theo
Guys,
Hernandez has a.
please, let's safe.
Yeah,
Let's stick
yeah.
with the subject, and then we will go player
Well,
by player.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to do anything with fatigue because Theo Hernandez played against Atletico. He kept running, and this game he kept running, and creating chances. Many of the guys who started today haven't started against Atletico, so
Alright,
not at all.
okay.
Stamina doesn't have to do anything with it.
All right, okay. So according to you guys, it was a mental thing today. They
Yeah,
didn't take the game seriously enough, pretty much.
Yeah.
Skiller, do you want to add something to this, and then we can move on?
Yeah, I'm just coming back to the point that I said earlier is about the overconfidence. Because thinking about it, if we had kept our composure, so let's just take the goal by goal, yeah. So the Bakayoko mistake, if we had kept the composure where he wasn't too quick to pass it, do the vertical pass, or maybe he looked around him and passed in the back, whatever the fuck, any other decision, that wouldn't have been the goal. And if I go the second goal, I'm going to give it to Sassuolo. Set piece, we get a pinball sort of situation, and Kia counts as their own goal. The third one, Cassie does not need to rush. He is in possession. He could have booted it. He could have passed it. And I know I'm doing a lot of what ifs here, but this is what I'm saying is that why are these players rushing? When you get caught, they end up scoring. And this is, I think, not attributed to fatigue or anything like that. It's just that overconfidence, or some of these players think they're like the big shit, going to earn like 9 million net per season or whatever it is. It's mindset. It's all about the mindset.
Okay, all right. Guys, let's move on to the defense now and the defenders. Let's start with Florenzi first. Obviously, in this channel, there's the professional trash talkers. They have a degree in trash talking. You know who you are. You're all here actually with me today. Yay! Hi, what's up, guys? But
Nathan is not here. Why are you lying? Oh my god!
but I thought Florenzi was actually okay. He did okay. Being the first time I think he starts a game. I thought when the team was playing well, he was doing his part. He wasn't adding that much, but he was doing his part. And then Kalulu came in at the end, and I know a lot of people think that Kalulu should have started. So you guys know me. I don't trash talk the players. I like Florenzi. I think he's going to bring a lot to this team. So what do you guys think about Florenzi's inclusion in the team today? Skillard, you go first.
Yeah, Skillard.
Everyone knows, especially those in the chat, I call him Slow Renzi, and it's kind of obvious why.
Liar.
So this guy, in my opinion, he offers nothing really. Does he have pace? No. Does he have shooting? No. So why the hell is he in the team? Does he cross well? I don't think so. I haven't even seen him cross anything leading to a goal. Whereas you have an option of Kalulu, and everyone here has seen it. When Kalulu gets subbed off for Florenzi, Kalulu looks obviously pissed off. It's like, I'm playing well. Why the fuck are you taking me off the pitch? And this is why I think is that when you're given an option, and this is leading to, you could say, part blame to Pioli, why are you choosing Florenzi ahead of Kalulu? It does not make sense to me. What are you trying to achieve in this game? The same formation, 4-2-3-1. You're going to have speed on the right-hand side. Look at what Calabria offers. Florenzi is not a substitute for Calabria. He needs to understand that. And fans can see it. I don't know why he doesn't. So for me, it's Florenzi. You can sub him just to give the rest to others, but he offers nothing to this team, especially when starting.
Yeah, I do want to say this, and then I want to hear Red John, even though I already know what everybody's going to say. But I do think that there is this bias against Florenzi, because I was following the chat today, and Florenzi was trying to create. He was doing stuff, And then, when one of his crosses wouldn't get to the head of the players, the chat was going crazy saying, shit player, blah, blah, blah. Then Kalulu comes in, he does crosses exactly the same, and everybody's saying, see, wow, Kalulu. But his contribution to the game was exactly the same. It was
Kalulu
really
is
literally
20
no
years old.
difference.
He has one assist. I think he has so far at least one assist in Serie A. Florenzi, Italian team, 30 years old. How many assists does he have for the team?
Well, let's see, guys. We will see by the end of the season, guys.
Yeah,
Remember, guys, a season is a competition that lasts many months. It is not one game. No, it is many months. When you build a team, hold on, and let me finish, man. I want you to go, right, John. When we build a team, you build a team looking at the whole project. And Florenzi is going to be very useful, guys. I still go by that. Okay, right, John, go ahead.
So the way I see it is this: you know what the player can do because you have seen him before. We have seen Florenzi play in many instances, right? And we have seen nothing from him. We have seen Kalulu play in many instances, and we have seen Kalulu actually doing a pretty fucking good job, right? So when you put the player in my opinion, and why the fans are not very pleasant when Florenzi or Slorenzi, actually Slorenzi looks like a pretty good name, plays, is because we have not seen anything from him in every single game that he has played. We have not seen anything from him.
No, don't say we. Say you, because you're not talking for me. Say
I'm
you.
I'm sure at least two-thirds. Well,
The majority,
three-thirds of this.
Yeah, the majority of the people talk shit because they love talking shit.
Three-thirds of this screen, I guess, agrees with me. 3/4 of this screen agrees with me, right? And the thing is, we've never seen anything from Florenzi, but from Kalulu we have seen. And the problem with Florenzi is this: he cannot defend well because he got burned today from that 19-year-old, 20-year-old striker who, what is it, Raspadori? Raspadori burned him left and right, man. Left and right. Florenzi was having, I don't know, seasickness or something.
That's not true.
At some point.
That's not true.
That's true.
Raspadori did not. No,
True.
okay, guys. Oh, let's just measure ourselves. If we're just gonna talk shit about players because we fucking get an orgasm every time we talk shit about these players, guys, then what the fuck is even the point of it? Let's be.
Do you want me to show you the video now or what?
Okay, but I can show you. I can show you many. I can show you many instances of Florenzi doing great things in this season. Great passes, great plays, etc.
I don't know about that. Great things.
Now you, Rejon, I know you like to say this player is shit, and even if this fucking player saves the world from fucking
I know you,
war,
Roy, and
you are still going to fucking say that he's shit.
Roy, let John finish.
The problem with you, Roy, is that if the player has an Italian passport, for you, he is automatically world class.
Now you're talking bullshit.
When in fact Florenzi should not play ahead of Kalulu.
Okay, all right. So then your problem is not Florenzi. So your problem is not Florenzi. Your problem is Pioli. Your problem is not Florenzi. Your problem is Pioli. Then.
Yes.
So why talk shit about Florenzi? Do you feel good when you talk shit about Florenzi? Do you get a hard on? Does your dick get hard when you talk about shit about Florenzi?
He is insulted now because I'm actually not liking a player who happens to be Italian. Get it? For me, it doesn't matter. For Roy,
no, guys,
Italian.
This is the issue. It's like you say Kalulu is better, but if Florenzi didn't go to Kalulu and said, hey, I'm fucking playing today, you're sitting on the bench. No, Pioli's making that decision. So address the situation correctly. Say Pioli is a shithead because he can't see that Kalulu is better. That's what you should be saying.
No. I judge players who play. I don't judge players who might have played. And the player who played, I'm telling you, the player who played, we have seen nothing.
Who decides which player is going to be playing? Who decides?
I don't care who decides. I'm talking about the player who
that's who they play because someone decides.
I don't care who decides, man. I'm talking about the one who plays.
All right, okay.
I don't care who decided. I don't care who's his mom, who took care of him when he was a teenager.
Yeah, and this is why your analysis.
I care
this
about
is-
him when he is on the pitch. When he is on the pitch, he brings nothing to this team again and again. And until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to continue saying this.
And you keep on saying that, but there's someone that is putting that player on the
It
pitch.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man.
What? How does that not matter?
Because I'm talking about the player. I'm not talking about what should have been done. I'm talking about what is done.
You keep on saying, all you guys in the chat and all you guys that love talking trash all the time, you fucking love talking trash all the time. You guys fucking love talking trash. You guys saying this player is shit, this other player is good, but Pioli obviously does not see it like you. So who is smarter, you or Pioli, Red John? Answer me this question.
This is absurd, brother. You do this in every life. It's absurd, I swear.
No, this is actually a legitimate question. It's a totally legitimate question. My question to you now, it goes. Let me
it's not
ask
even
you.
funny anymore. It was
Let
funny
me
the
ask you
first
this question. Let me ask you this question.
31st.
I'm gonna mute you. Let me ask you this question. If you think that Florenzi is not good enough and Kalulu is better, why do you think Pioli puts Florenzi there? So is Pioli the person that is not understanding things? This is a legitimate question. Please don't pussyfoot around it. Answer it. Go ahead.
Did you finish?
Yeah, but answer the question. Don't fucking talk about other shit. Answer the question.
Because Pioli thinks that Florenzi has more experience. Did I answer your question?
So is he making a mistake? Are you?
Pioli still thinks he is trash, but he just puts him in because he has more experience.
Okay. So Pioli thinks he's trash. All right.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you said words. Saif, what about you?
Okay, so this guy, this amazing player, has played for Italy, PSG, Roma, Valencia, hundreds of games, plenty of experience, and he is still yet to provide a single decent cross for the attacker. Absolutely useless today. Hasn't brought anything to the team. Apparently the best tactical signing of the season. Are you kidding me? I was hoping that this signing would work out. I think Pioli started him because he thought this player is experienced. He obviously had to come good in the end. He had to provide something. But he absolutely disappointed Pioli today. Nothing. He did nothing right.
I bet that Pioli is still going to play him.
Well, obviously he thinks that something good is going to come out of him because he has experience. He has played for the national team.
Not like he has a choice, by the way.
Yeah, but the thing isn't, he has done nothing so far, and he has hurt the team more than he does good.
And this is a problem that I have with a lot of you guys' analysis when you say, well, this player is better than that. But guys, it's not the players that decide who plays, it's the coach. So when you say that one player is better than the other player should play, say the coach is making a mistake.
Right, no, this is not my argument. Oh, you know why? Because Pioli counts on him. He's supposed to come good. This experienced player is supposed to come good, and yet he lets Pioli down every time he plays.
He lets.
I'm not blaming.
No. You do not. You can't say he lets Pioli down. I need to hear Pioli say that, and then You can't fucking talk for Pioli. His ambassador? Are you his ambassador?
Well, I'm sorry, you're saying bullshit now because Pioli is not gonna come out and play and say Florenzi is playing like trash.
And you're fucking making shit up then. How the fuck do you know what Pioli thinks?
Because even Italian YouTubers say that Florenzi is adding nothing and doing nothing to the team so far.
Which YouTubers?
It's the majority.
Which Italian YouTubers? Fucking YouTubers. What are YouTubers? The coach. You're talking for the coach.
Bro, stop belittling the other fans. You have an opinion, other fans have opinions too.
Say you think Florenzi should.
I believe he's not good enough.
Don't tell me that Pioli thinks.
Okay, you heard my opinion. I said he's not. He's supposed to provide a lot for the team, and he has provided nothing so far. Can you argue that?
I disagree.
What does he provide? What did he do today? Right. Today, what did he do?
You should state your opinion and not ask Roy, man.
I thought he had an okay game, nothing special, but I thought he performed as well as all the other players, to be honest with you.
As well? No, he was like I said. I was more angry with Leao than Florenzi, and I said that in the group chat a lot. If you read that, but we're talking about Florenzi now, and the fact of the matter is he played like shit. Leao did too. But Florenzi played like shit. He has done nothing, and that's my whole point. We're talking about Florenzi now. There's no hiding around it. He doesn't provide anything for the team. I think
Okay.
Pioli still believes in him because he's experienced. That's what's apparent. He needs to do better. He needs to do better than
Okay.
this.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can I just add something?
Skiller,
So
go
for
ahead.
me, my
Yeah.
expectation of Florenzi, and everyone can see this, yeah. If you Google, sorry, not Google, if you type his name into YouTube, you can see his highlights. Where are those passes in his highlights in the game? This is my issue with him. If he was good, I want to see it, and I want to be wrong. I think all the fans they want to be wrong, but when Pioli starts this guy, and I said it just now, Pioli does have a share of the blame. Why isn't this guy performing? Why isn't he doing the same things that his highlight shows? And this is a big problem. If the attacker doesn't connect with the cross, fine then, but make the cross.
Okay. All right. Now that is a more fair argument, right? Okay, let's move on from Florenzi. Let's go to the two central defenders, Chiar and Romagnoli. Now, yeah, it is definitely true that Tomori is Franco Tomori, Franco Baresi Tomori. Without him, the defense is definitely shaky. And in two goals without him, in two games without him, but not the Champions League. In two games without him in Serie A, we've conceded 7 goals, which is way too much. Romagnoli started off great. He scores a goal, but then him and the rest of the team just came down. Any opinions on the two central defenders today, guys? Skiller, you go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Romagnoli. Okay, I know I call him Slow Magnoli a lot, but I guess I'm just trolling there. I definitely a great header for him. We know he can do it, so he got us the lead. And the fact that, and this just shows how weak our attack is. If you have to depend on your central defender to give you the lead in the game, I think there's a big issue with how the attack is unfolding. Now, with regards to the first goal, not his fault. With regards to the second goal, not his fault, I would say. Third goal, a bit of a part to play. I think Tomori, maybe I wouldn't expect him to slip, but it can happen to anyone. And for that, a large part of it has to do with Cassie. So overall, I don't really fault him. Yeah, maybe in terms of the organization at the back, a lot of what ifs. But
Yeah.
I would say that he had an okay game. Not he wasn't. You could say really the cause of the goal. It's not like what happened with Gabia.
And he got himself a red card too, from Defrel. Defrel took him on. That first goal, he had nothing to do with the first goal. What about Kiar?
For Kier, again, you could say the similar setup. Yeah, you could say it's not good at closing down the ball. The second goal, deflection. I know he was trying to block it. It's a series of unfortunate events. Kier, for me, and this is the reason why I find it so hard to really call him out on a bad performance. This guy has so much credit in the bank. I don't want to say anything negative. He's eventually going to have a bad game. If today was a bad game, then okay, I'll let it pass.
Got you. Reja, what is your opinion on the two central defenders today, Chiar and Romagnoli?
I think both of them had a choke of a game today.
A what?
A bad game, a nightmare of a game today, right? I think Romagnoli more so than Chiar, but I think also Chiar suffered the fact that Sassuolo was playing with 4 attacking people up front, right? And fast players, and players that can dribble. So it didn't also help that the rest of the team was just not as active as they normally are in pressing and everything. But I think both of our central defenders had a choker of a game. Sadly, Romagnoli scored the goal, so everyone, like, after you score a goal, you are expected like to have more confidence and do better. He sadly did worse from that. Even though I think that the second goal of them is more Cassie's fault than Romagnoli, because Romagnoli slips. You can slip.
The second goal, the third goal, you mean?
The third goal.
Exactly, the third goal, exactly, the Berardi goal.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because it happens, he just didn't put his leg perfectly on the ground and he slipped. So shit happens, get it? But I think if Kessie would be able to think through before he makes the actions, you could avoid all that.
Can you remind me what happened there? Can you remind me what happened? Because I don't remember that sequence of play. What did Kessie do?
Kessie basically tried to to be too cute in that circumstance and try to pass the ball in an unexplainable way, in my opinion. So they lost the ball. The ball got to Berardi, and then Berardi was one-on-one with Romagnoli, and then
Okay.
it was unfortunate, in my opinion. So I'm not blaming it on Romagnoli. Get what I'm saying? Even though I think that we should. I think this is Romagnoli's peak, man. In my opinion, I don't want to be bad or mean to him. I just think the more the team develops, the more you have to let go of players who have, in my opinion, reached their peak and can maybe now only regress. Right? This is how I
Yeah.
think it.
Yeah. Hey, what's
Nathan,
up, Nathan? You got Nathan here. What's up, my
Fine,
man?
Nathan.
Hey, I just
Nathan.
finished watching the game because
Yeah, go ahead.
So, which one of you fools want to defend this shit right
Whoa,
now?
whoa, whoa. Hey, what's Nathan? Your sound is kind of weird. Go to the way you just had it when you came in.
is that better?
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, my phone switched to my car for whatever reason.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, we actually
Well,
didn't
right now-
play too bad,
Yeah.
but the fucking sloppiness, like, god damn, and the mentality is so fragile. Like, I thought they'd teach you at a young age, after you score a goal, the next 5 minutes is the most important. Like, you got people ball watching, people just, oh, we scored a goal, so we can take it easy now. And once they scored the goal, it became a disgrace. And man, I could really go after players right now. I really could. It'd be too fucking easy.
Well, right now we're talking about the two central defenders. Since you're here, and then I want to hear from Saif. What was your opinion on both Kjaer and Romagnoli?
You said that question for me or Saif?
For you, and then Saif.
Oh, Kjaer he was overall very good. He had a little complacency a little bit in the first half, but other than that one instance where he kind of got pickpocketed, he was good. Roman is fucking trash, and I'm gonna maintain that shit. I told you guys, he does the same mistakes when it comes to somebody with speed. You do not fucking stay tight to somebody who is freaking faster than you, and he does the same stupid shit every single time. I told y'all this.
I gotta say,
And
Berardi's goal was awesome, though. Huh? Berardi scored a great
Yes,
goal.
it was awesome, and we already know that he struggles with shuffling his feet. It's
Okay.
every single time. If we had Tomori, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and say Gabi would have done better. He probably would have happened the same thing would have been done to him, but we need Tomori big time.
Right. Tomori is definitely being missed. All right, Saif, what was your opinion on Kjaer and Romagnoli?
I mean, I know people are going to disagree with me. I think both of them had a good game because they did their best, but they were exposed by two individuals that you will get into shortly. Romagnoli, great header, bullet of a header for that goal. I believe that it would have been like 2 or 3-0 from there easily. But Romagnoli can't do anything, and Kier about that Bakayoko pass. Even in the goals, he slipped. I mean, you can slip. It's just bad luck. I think he was gonna get the ball off of Berardi, but that slip killed it. Absolutely killed it. I'm gonna disagree with Nathan saying he's trash. I mean, a player that goes to the Wanda Metropolitano and with the help of Kier pockets their whole attack is not a trash defender.
Suarez, Griezmann, Correa, great players.
He had nothing to do with the goals today. Not a single goal was Romagnoli's fault or Kier's to an extent. They had nothing to do with it.
But this proves me right that Berardi is a million times better than Griezmann and Suarez, and so is Scamacca. And
Calm down, man.
Yes,
Calm
yes,
down.
yes. True.
All right, guys. So yeah, I think that the one thing that we can all agree on today, incredibly, is that Tomori is missed, and Tomori definitely was needed today, because Tomori is the kind of player that even if the mentality is not there, he does have the physical ability to really push hard and make it very difficult for his opponents.
No, but I also think his mentality is there, man. Like
I'm saying even when it's not there, when
okay.
when it's not there,
Because
he can still rely on his physique.
Tomori is the kind of player that you can actually see visually. When we concede a goal, you see Tomori hitting the fucking ground, man. He's that kind of player.
Yeah, he's
So
very
yeah.
he's got a lot of fire in him. So
Exactly.
we're definitely looking back for his return. All right, guys, let's look at Theo Hernandez. I don't know about Theo Hernandez's performance today. He is getting way too emotional on the pitch. I think he kind of got himself almost a red card. I would like to see him
It should have been
control
a
his
red card.
emotions a little bit more.
It should have been a red card. Yeah, I agree. It should
Yeah,
have
it
been.
should have been a red
It
card.
should have been 100% should have been a red card.
He's an idiot, man. He's not an intelligent person overall. Like, you just don't. He already had a yellow. Why would you go and push a player like that? I think the ref took it easy on him because maybe he
Sorry.
They both were pushing each other.
Okay, sorry, Ray John.
They both were pushing each other, so.
But his reaction, right? His reaction could have caused a red card, right?
He just wants to look bad for the cameras, man. That's his problem. He just wants to look cool and I'm a badass. And, you know, watch it on video later so he can be proud of himself.
Guys, we have Laert in the house. What's up, Laert?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
No, you guys were talking about Theo Hernandez now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say that we need to sell him. I'm sorry, guys. We just need to ship him for 70.
He did have the assist today.
He had an
I don't
assist.
care, man. That was
Yeah.
Listen. No, safe. That was a corner. And if I don't count Hakan Çalhanoğlu's corners, I don't count him as well. It's not because I like Theo and I don't like Hakan. For me, that is not an assist, man. At the pro level, being able to put a decent cross in the box, that's not an assist, guy. You need to forget about this.
Yeah,
The
but
good
for
thing
Milan,
about
it's
that goal
important.
was- No, sorry. This is my opinion, man. I don't just that's not something you give something to the. If we're saying that Florenzi doesn't put a decent cross, and Theo Hernandez, every time he goes up front, he always does something useless. We need to say that, guys. Not because we like Theo Hernandez and he does a great thing in 2 games ahead. So let's be honest. If Leao does an awful performance, we should say that, because we say Selemaker does an awful performance as well. So we need to say things. That's clearly.
What do you guys think of this opinion? What do y'all think about this? Theo isn't as effective right now because Leao is there instead of Rebic.
No, I don't care, man. You are a world-class center back. You are the best. You need to be at least solid, have composure, not risk a red card, always be productive. And at the end of the thing, he was in those positions to cross the ball and to be dangerous, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, I thought he had a very poor game. I thought he had a very poor game today overall. Even when we were playing well in those first 25 minutes, I thought he's always there. You're right. He was always there in those positions, but there was aside from that one cross to Romagnoli, there was no punch. There's no KO punch. All small little jabs.
And you can say that about the whole team, though. Not just Theo.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skillard, any opinions on Hernandez?
Yeah, it's definitely a decline for him, and what I agree with what you guys are saying in terms of his emotion. It's misplaced. We don't need to risk a red card, and you guys can tell this. By the way, he's accumulating yellow cards now. By the way, and once you accumulate, when it comes to important games, he's not going to be available. So this is going to be another thing. But one of the things that we definitely not seeing, and we've seen this a lot last season, was that Theo actually has a certain chemistry with Rebic in terms of the interchange. The 1-2s, we don't see this anymore between him and Leao. So having Liao there, I know that Liao is a good player and a good winger, but you also somewhat lose the effectiveness of Theo, because now it's just Theo. He has the ball. He has to run from the from our box, charge all the way into the opponent's box. It's such a challenge that he's not going to be able to make it. So I I,
Yeah.
I know he also has credit in the bank, but it's really starting to wear on me in terms of how bad he's playing.
All right. Okay. Fair.
It's wearing
Fair.
on everybody.
Well, not for me. I still believe a lot in Hernandez. You know, okay, he had a
No,
shitty
no,
game, but I think
not,
he's
not
going
like
to.
not like that. Not like that. We just mean like his bad performances are just kind of getting annoying.
Right. Let's see. Red John, do you have any opinions on Hernandez?
It's hard to actually. I think he had a bad game today. Even though the problem with Theo is that even when he has a bad game and he had an assist today, for example, he was the one who took the corner and provided an assist for the only goal that we scored, and in my opinion, the only chance that we created in the game, because all the other ones were good up until the final pass. Right, the final pass was always wrong.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the problem with Theo, in my opinion, is this: Theo loses concentration, and when you lose concentration in a game like this, you lose the game. And the 3 points right now are the most important thing, right? And
Yeah.
the problem with Theo is that on top of losing concentration, he does stupid shit during the game. Today, he should have gotten a red card, and he would have missed for the next game, which is also the most important game for us.
Genoa and Salernitana. Right?
Exactly. These two games, which we have, are the most important games for us. So we cannot actually afford to have Theo out because he was stupid, right? So Theo has to, like, I think Pioli has to sit down with him and tell him that, dude, start using your fucking brain. That's all.
Yeah, and look against Atletico Madrid, he was brilliant. You know, so it's like one game he's brilliant, the next game he's not. He's just needs to find a little bit of consistency right now. Okay, guys, just a few more words on Theo. I don't want to move on to the midfield. Saif, final words on Hernandez.
Oh, wait, hold on. Right. Before Safe answers, did we go to Florenzi already? I think I probably missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. Saif.
Yeah, I think I'm against this whole train of let's tell him he's useless. I think he does some brainless decisions. I'm not sure that he's gonna change this behavior and this attitude later in his career, because players still have those traits even when they're young till when they retire. So that worries me. But he still does much more good than harm. He pisses me off, but I'm not gonna go let's sell him because he still wins us games by himself, creating something from nothing. So
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. All right, guys, let's talk about the midfield, which was today, in my opinion.
Right. Can I say
biggest
something about
problem.
Florenzi?
No,
Because I missed that. I missed that.
I know
I
what you're.
gotta
We
say
all
something.
know. We all know what you're going to say. So what's the point? Let's talk about the mid. We spoke. We literally spent 20 minutes talking about Florenzi.
God damn it. How
Earlier.
can I miss such an important fucking
Right.
topic?
Let's go to the midfield, and where I think we lost the game today. Benacer and Bakayoko. Bakayoko, I really hoped that Bakayoko would have had a great game today, but unfortunately he was out of rhythm. He made a lot of mistakes. He could not dominate the midfield with Benacer, and his mistake was what led Sassuolo to score the first goal. Very poor performance from them. I expected much better. And then Kessie and Tonali coming in, they did just as bad. So is it the players? What's going on here? Lyers, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm eating, but I can give you an answer. So, I think overall they start really well, Bakayoko and Benacer. The problem was that every ball they were giving to the front four, they were wasting it. So, we never capitalized on everything they were doing well in the midfield the first 20 minutes. So we wasted a lot of chances in attack, and slowly Sassuolo grow and they struggle. So it's not a sufficient. How you say it? It's not a good performance, but they started pretty well. The front four let them down, and they were basically alone in the pitch trying to sort it out. Second half, Kessie and Tonali. Kessie, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know, man. 6
Just say
minutes,
wow.
we're doing a favor to him. We're doing a favor to him.
Just say wow. That's all you got to
Yeah,
say.
I mean,
Wow.
Kessie, seriously, man, you need to be like you need to be like the previous year, man. No mistakes. No mistakes. I'm sorry. And he played really bad. Tonali, I cannot blame Tonali. He didn't play well, but again, he was let down by the top, the people in the front, because every ball we're giving to the front four, they were doing nothing. Whoever was playing, you pick a name. Everyone was shit level. So the midfield, as I say in the tweet, I think the midfield and the center back, they were the victim of the really poor performance of the top four. They were the victims because they started well, they were doing well, but they couldn't keep up all the game. When you have your 4 players in front of you, they are not doing anything. They are not even pressing. They are not keeping the ball. They are not holding the tempo, creating chances, capitalizing chances. So what are you going to do if you are alone in the midfield? You're going to make a mistake at the end. You're going to pay the price of that.
Yeah,
so that's my opinion, the midfield and the center back in general.
It's quite. I think it's correct to also identify that the top 4 did not help them at all. Did not make it easy for them at all. Skillard, what are your opinions on the midfield?
I agree with Light. I'm starting to worry that Bakayoko actually is not used to a 2-man midfield, and our expectations that he's a Cassia replacement, it's a bit off the mark. But that being said, is that the mistake that Bakayoko made is not to say that Cassie can't make the same mistakes. So I wouldn't really put him in an entirely different level. I know that Cassie, based on what we've seen in the past, that he is capable of something that's very, very high level. But this is another game, yeah. He makes a mistake and it costs us a goal. So poor from the midfield, to a certain extent, that I thought for a lot of the game, it seemed that we didn't even have a midfield. They just went right through us. Our attackers stayed up top. They broke through, and it was just their attack versus our back 4 mostly.
All right. Okay, Nathan, what do you think? Are you there, Nathan?
Yeah, we did start off bright. I think the problem is the Bakayoko and Benacer, they didn't have a defined role. It almost like they were both given license to do whatever they wanted. And you can even tell, like, when Benacer was struggling to get back, like, everyone seemed out of place. And that was really unfortunate to see that, especially coming from, Baka's one thing, he needs to get into the rhythm. I still expect better, but I expected Benacer to say, okay, we both can't be doing the same shit. Let me just hang back and, provide some sort of cover. But it seemed like everyone was trying to do the same thing and occupy the same position. And then when Kessie and Tonali came in, man, like, I feel bad for Tonali because Kessie just was shocking. Like, what can you do? Like, when your partner is just losing everything, poor touches, slow decision making. Yeah, the front 4 didn't have a good job, but the decision making from the midfield overall today was just 3 steps too slow.
Yeah, it was really poor all over.
Zlatan was making the correct run, and Zlatan isn't fast like that, so he has to hang on the last defender, which means that pass needs to come much earlier for him in order for him to stay on sides, because he's going to be riding the back line.
So
that's why he's offside so much.
And so this is a discussion interesting. So you're blaming more the midfielders than the top 4, while Lariat was blaming more of the top 4 than the midfielders.
Oh no, the top four were they had their faults as well.
Yeah,
but it's kind of hard to do something when you make the correct decision and then the pass doesn't get there. Like the
Right.
pass gets intercepted, or the pass comes 3 seconds too late, and you've already made your run. Like,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
like,
talk about
how
that.
many times were we offsides today?
When we go to the top four, we'll talk about them. Let's move on though. Red John, what was your opinion on the midfield? Which today it seems like everybody here is not very happy.
I would say that I'm disappointed from Benacer a lot because I think he had a really bad game today. I'm not disappointed from Bakayoko because I think this is who Bakayoko is. This is the player that we sadly got, and Bakayoko played the entire season in a two-man midfield last year with Gattuso at Napoli, and this is one of the reasons why Napoli fans would always complain about him and would consider him as the worst player of Napoli. So this I cannot really ask too much from Bakayoko, right? He's there, the fourth choice. And when he plays, you gotta hope that he makes no mistakes, but you cannot really expect him to be the Kessie of last year, right? And I'm also super disappointed from the way Kessie entered the pitch. Kessie entered the pitch as if we were winning 7-0, not as if we were losing and we needed tempo and we needed fast pace. Kessie, I think he's somehow filled with too much trust in himself that he thinks in front of our goal he can start thinking, and then he makes a bad pass, which then turns into a goal for the other team, right? So I think the midfield as a whole just failed against the high press from Sassuolo, and we are, in my opinion, starting to see a pattern here. If teams press us high, we crumble, or we have to sweat our asses off in order to get points.
No,
If teams stay back and wait for us, we have a field day.
I don't think Sassuolo really pressed us that much today. Do you think they pressed us as much as, like, let's say Verona pressed us or Torino pressed us? It wasn't that much.
I don't think so
but
either.
They pressed us high, like our defenders were always with the man in front of them, like trying to intercept the passing line, right? So a lot of times you would see us passing the ball back to Magnan because we didn't have three players in front of us.
I disagree on this.
Yeah, I do too.
If Red John wants to finish, I can say my opinion on that after.
And before, let's go to Saif. Finish what you thought about the midfield, and then let's go to Laird, and Laird can talk about his disagreement. All right, Saif, what do you think about the midfield? What was your opinion on today's midfield?
So I think the blame for this match is split between the midfield and the attack, because the attack had so much to blame for as well. But let's talk about the midfield. They started really well. I jinxed, me and Skiller jinxed it, because when we were 1-0 up, I said Bakayoko is man of the match so far, and he said Scamacca is doing us a favor, on Romagnoli's goal. Literally 30 seconds later, Scamacca scores after a Bakayoko mistake. So that couldn't have went any more horrible. They started really well. I think they lost
So
they lost confidence.
That's the reason.
They lost confidence after that first goal. Bakayoko lost his confidence. I mean, this was the chance for Ben Nasser. Tonali wasn't there. Kessie wasn't there to really show himself. Look, these guys aren't there. I can be a leader of this midfield. I can be the best player of this midfield. And he did nothing right today after they scored the goal. Not being in the right position, losing his man, misplacing simple, short, easy passes. He was very disappointing. And they left Kier and Romagnoli exposed big time. That's why I can't blame the center backs today. They're not prophets. They can't do everything by themselves.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and this is a tendency for us in every game. Ben Nasser, Kessie, we always keep the ball at the back, try to dribble, try to play some bullshit pass. It gets taken by the midfielder, from the midfielder, and they score. Sometimes I think we just need to boot it forward, put a pass forward. I don't know why we always try to play from the back. When a team is pressuring us high, we can't do that every time. Just boot it, get rid of the danger. That's what Kessie failed to do against Inter, Ben Nasser against Porto. It's the same bullshit.
Safe. I don't think you can boot it because every time we tried to do a high pass, it was offside. So that's all they've got, you know.
Yeah, I agree, but it's better than
Well,
losing the ball and
that's down to
conceding,
timing.
you know?
Guys, I want to hear
that's
Larry's
true.
disagreement. What was your disagreement?
No, I just want to say that most of the time we kept the ball and we were in the Sassuolo's half of the pitch. So Sassuolo was not even trying to high press us. They were waiting for us, and more they were pressing us on the final third. So when Leao, Selemaker, or Kessie, or whoever was in that final third, they were pressing us and trying to go on a quick counter.
No, but I think
Yeah,
it's
I agree with you. I didn't see.
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
pressure
And
to
a part
start
of the goal
Yeah.
they had with the corner, the other two goals, we literally give them the ball. We literally not even a big press from them. We just mispass it or lose the ball, and they just went quick on the goal. So their strategy, I don't think, was let's press them, don't let them play. Of course, they're
You-
quite dynamic
you
and
know-
they like to give you trouble, but not like crazy, like for example Liverpool or
Mm.
other teams.
Yeah.
think-
No?
I think what they were counting on is certain players holding the ball too long.
yeah, exactly.
Mm. All right, guys, listen, let's go to the final top four, and then we can open the discussion to whatever. So the top guys, I don't have much to say about the final four. Today, they all failed. Every single one of them today had a poor performance. Ibrahimovic, Leao, Diaz, completely inexistent. Salamakers, Pellegrini when he came in. All of the players that today were supposed to be dangerous just completely failed the team. And there's really not much to say about that. The question is maybe why, but I don't have much to say about what they did. They just failed today. They did not do what they were supposed to do. What are your guys' opinions, Larry?
So just before Light starts, please everyone, if you want to shit on Salamakers, which I will do that, I want you to blame Leao for missing every final third action. He bottled it. So if you're gonna blame Salamakers, I want us to blame Leao just as much.
Actually, I want to take one thing I said back. I kind of like Messias. He did bring a decent kind of energy,
Yeah.
and he tried stuff, but even him, it wasn't effective. It didn't really produce anything. I guess I'm more excited to see a new player rather than anything. All right, I'll be quiet now. Let's go to Laird.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, who played on the front four, everyone played really bad. And if Ibrahimovic played bad, it's more concerned than if Selemakers played bad, because we know the difference of talent. We know what we're expecting from Selemakers and what we're expecting from Ibrahimovic. So we can talk the next 9 hours about we should buy another right wing, and for sure we're gonna do that probably. But let's talk about the players we have. We put Diaz played really bad, or at least he didn't have any good idea. Leao is just so bad on timing with Theo as well. I mean, he gave a pass to Theo Hernandez
Offside, yeah.
like 30 seconds after. I realized that he's gonna go on offside. And on the other side, Theo Hernandez should be more clever and run on the same line of Leao in that situation. And when Leao unleashed the pass, you start to run fast and you conclude the action. So even Theo Hernandez, another dumb idiot. But anyway, that's another talk. So Leao was doing everything wrong, and I say in the comment, probably was a better choice to start with Krunic and finish the first half 0-0. People are gonna laugh, but that's the truth, man. If you start with Krunic, you maybe are zero danger, but you don't concede, and you finish the first half 0-0. And Leao, maybe Diaz or anyone else in the second half is more fresh, has more energy. It can actually be more dangerous. But that's something we're never gonna know because it never happened. But the front four was bad in every situation, even on the press when we didn't have the ball. They were really bad, even at pressing. I think Leao was tired. He was tired. He's still tired. He shouldn't play. He's not fresh. So I hope he's not playing the next game because he's tired. He's not gonna perform the next game. I know that for sure.
Guys, by the way, Napoli just scored a fourth goal. They're killing Lazio. Guys, okay, let's go. Let's do a round, everybody, and then I want to ask you guys what happened today, why it happened, and then let's open the discussion to the chat. We can shout at each other, tell each other to fuck off, etc. But let's talk about. Let's go, Skillard. What about you?
A lot of poor decision making up front. We get into the box a lot, but I don't know what the guys are looking for. Do they want to shoot? Do they want to lay it off? Are they trying to cross it to someone? Is it a cutback? No one knows. And this is the problem with our attack. It seemed like each one of the four people leading the in the attacking group, it's like they just joined yesterday and never played with each other before. Even Zlatan was a bit frustrated with Theo, I think, one time. He expected Theo to shoot, but Theo went and crossed it, and it went behind him. So it's like, what the hell is going on? Are we trying to score or not? And this is evident in terms of the stats. 2 shots on target. One was Romagnoli's header. The second one was from Messias, who came on as a sub in the second half. So what was everyone doing for the entire 90 minutes? The main 4 guys. But I agree with you, Roy. In terms of the mindset, I think Messias, maybe because he's trying to prove himself in the new club and all that, so he's trying to look for his own little niche and what he can add to the team. But everyone else is like, what the hell is going on? It seemed like they didn't want to score, or they were expecting someone else to do it, which is not the right mindset. So very poor, needs to improve. What's important, I think we really need to shake it up. If Salmakers is not doing anything, I'm sorry, bench him, not out of hate, but it's just that we need to give opportunities to other people. Same thing with Diaz. If he's not doing anything, then we need to give opportunities to someone else. And by the way, I thought there was space up front, and I said this in the chat. I thought there was space up front, so I don't understand why Diaz was taken off. But I guess I'll never know. And
those subs must have really stung, man. Diaz getting subbed out and Bakayoko, that's a jab to your ego. Hopefully it doesn't affect the players in the later games. Nathan, what was your opinion on the top 4?
Yeah, everyone was pretty poor. We really need to work on shooting like around the box, because every time someone shoots, we all know Leao has a pretty good shot from outside the box, but usually it's really sloppy. Diaz isn't that type of person, but they need to start practicing shooting from outside the box just to give the opponent something to think about. Like, they just sat back and just let us destroy ourselves, to be honest. Yeah, I think Leao, I think he was tired, but we really missed that Rebic and Teo combination, to be honest. But yeah, I think they need to do a whole lot better.
Yeah. Okay, Red John, what do you think about the top 4? Is Red John with us? Safe, what do you think of the top 4?
Pretty poor today. I broke some things in the house every time Leao tried an action.
What did you
I
break?
think
What did you break?
two glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
Show us the evidence.
Well, how can I show it now?
You cleaned it up already?
No, I did. Listen, I think Ibra did his best. He tried to do things. He tried to make passes, but he cannot do everything. When he doesn't get clear chances, he can't score. He's 40 years old, and most strikers, even younger, who don't get chances, they do poorly. This guy drops back, tried to make actions, and he still gets unlucky because the 3 behind them did absolutely nothing today. I mean, they did things that they were all bad. I think Leao doesn't have an excuse to be tired because many times he was in the box, outside the box. He could have did a good pass. He could have shoot it. He could have did a shot. That play where he had 2, opening up for him, and he did the offside for Theo. I personally think it's not Theo's fault because he should have passed it to him a while before. Salamakers is Salamakers. I'm not gonna even speak on him, to be honest. I mean, I'm losing hope in the guy. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Just a bit of an anecdote. Leao getting into the box is like you're playing FIFA and someone doesn't tell you what is the button to shoot. So you're just dancing around in the box.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly how it is. It's like he lags in his mind every time he gets near to the goal. He doesn't know what to do. Like if you see some players on them, they are pressuring, just shoot. You have a good shot on you. Just shoot it. You can't score. Every time he tried to dribble, I even felt he was trying to dribble the goalkeeper. And when he gets to the line of the goal, he even tries to dribble the line of the goal before it goes in. Seriously, he needs to shoot. Diaz, I still think he's not 100%. I still see something wrong with him in his decision making because he started the season much better than this. Salamakers, like I said, not saying he's good enough for Milan, but he's definitely not good enough as a striker, as a starter anymore. I think he needs 2 or 3 games of rest to have a look at himself, to think about his performances, and I'm sure he's gonna pick it up from there. I still think we need a right winger in January, but my God, he's bad because he's tired. He doesn't even track back. He doesn't pressure that much anymore in the league. So, but even if we bench him, we cannot put Messias because he'll most probably get injured himself from playing too many games when he's 30 years old, and he has only come back from injury. So yeah. Very disappointing from the attack today.
Yeah, guys. So now let's open up the discussion chat. Everybody, open discussion. Everybody can say whatever they want, etc.
Do I not matter anymore, or what's going on?
Red John does not matter anymore. Yes, we're doing a shirt, a merch shirt, and it says Red John does not matter.
I like that.
All right. Yes. No. We asked you, but something you didn't answer. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna be pretty. First of all, I disagree in the sense that because I got the impression that people were saying that Ibra had an okay game, but he just wasn't being served. I think Ibra is, because of his age, he's finding it hard to go back in line and not find himself offside. Get it? So this, I think, is gonna be a problem in the other games as well. Like he has to cope with the fact that he's 40, and I understand that, but he has to also go back and be on site, right? Because every game, especially in the last 5 or 6, we score goals and the goals are offside, right? Because Ibra is always offside. So I think he has to put that extra bit of pressure in himself so that he can be offside, but also it's a fact that the other 3 behind him weren't really doing a great job. Salamakers, like, I don't know what's good and bad for Salamakers, to be honest, because today he didn't really even do that much defensively. Now it's the usual Leao game where he just doesn't have any idea about what he's doing. He goes to the flank and then he just shoots the ball somewhere, thinking that, oh, I did my part. It doesn't matter where I pass the ball. I will just pass somewhere so I can be done with my dribbling, right? And then Diaz, I think Diaz has been pretty poor ever since his COVID stop. Every game but the Atletico game, because I think he had a good game versus Atletico, not great, but a good game versus Atletico. So yeah. That's it.
Well, listen, okay, guys. Obviously, all of us here have more negative things to say about today. Obviously, there's not much positive to say. I do want to say overall, I don't think this is going to hurt the season so much. Yeah, we lost. I think losing happens, etc. But now let's open the discussion to chat and everybody else. If you just open discussion and anybody can interject whenever. I would like to know what you guys think about. Sorry, I was reading that comment. I would like to know what you guys think about the Scudetto dream. Is it over? I'll go first. Then again, guys, anybody can go, whoever they want, whatever. Look, to me, this table is very clear. There's one winner of the Scudetto, and it's Napoli. Look at, because they have distinguished themselves with one statistic that is just way above everybody else, and it is the goals against. And that statistic there in Italy, I'll say it a million times, is what is going to make you win the Scudetto. So right now, I'd be an idiot to say that I think Milan is the favorite. No, Napoli is the favorite. And look at Inter, 15 goals against, 34 goals for. Even Juventus now has 16 goals. They conceded two goals less. So as long as we're conceding all these goals, honestly, I don't think it's over, but it's becoming more and more difficult. All right, guys, go ahead. Whatever you want, whatever you want to say.
Before Nathan is going to talk about Florenzi, I want to say about the Scudetto thing. For me, the Scudetto is over. A team that conceded 18 goals in the first 14 games, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah, 14.
is never going to win the Scudetto. No chance. No way. And I don't think even Inter doesn't have a lot of chance because 15 goals is a lot. But at least they score a lot, and but no chance they're winning the Scudetto as well. I think Napoli, if I don't know, if something really bad happen in Napoli, maybe. But if things goes normally, like a normal season goes, so injuries, mistakes, own goals, penalties, whatever Napoli is gonna get or against or in favor, there's no chance we're winning this Scudetto, guys. Zero. 18 goals,
I don't want to say
none.
zero, but
No chance. Kessi is not a player to win a Scudetto. Tonali is not ready. Leao depends on the day, the way he wakes up. Ibra is a 42 years old, 41, whatever. No chance, guys. I'm sorry. You can blame Selemakers all day long, the fact that we don't have a right wing or stuff like that. But for example, Theo Hernandez is another one. The performance he's putting, you cannot win a Scudetto with a left back like him. He's too inconsistent. Scudetto is not about being excelling on something. It's about being consistent and solid. A long league is about that. So we have players that are not consistent, and our key players are not being consistent this season. Kessi, I repeat myself. Diaz is a kid. Leao is a kid. I cannot blame them. Rebic is getting injured every 5 weeks. Who else? Selemaker is a kid. Messias came in Serie A year ago. So we're not going to win the Serie A, guys. Just accept that. I hope we fight until the end. That would be nice because it's always nice to have that feeling. Yeah, maybe we can win it until the end, but we're not going to win it.
all right. I don't want to say that we're not going to win it. I still think we can, but you make a lot of great points. I mean, there's no, it's undeniable. The numbers don't lie. Anybody else wants to comment on this?
Yeah, I just want to say something. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Skiller.
Oh, yeah, I just want to say something quickly. It's just that mathematically, I still want to give the guys a bit of a belief. We still can do it. Whether we do it or not is a different story. And just the final thing on the matter is that it's not over until it's over. So we got to keep trying. We never know what's going to happen to Napoli. That's the thing.
Yeah. I do want to say something, Skinner. We were talking about, hey, Napoli still has to play against the big teams. I mean, Lazio has been everybody's bitch in this season so far, but it is one of the big teams, and they didn't get scored on, and they scored 4 goals. So, yeah, there you go.
And also, if I can say my opinion here, and I said it before as well, my problem is not the fact that we have conceded 18 goals, right? My problem is that you cannot lose 2 games in a row. This is my problem. Because when you lose 2 games in a row, it means you are not mentally there yet. You don't have that cattiveria, that being harsh on yourself and being angry when you lose, right? And we see that with Napoli as well. Napoli lost a big game against Inter, had the game against Lazio, went there and destroyed them, right? 4-0, I think they're winning right now.
Yeah, they won. It's on.
Yeah. So this is the difference. It's not just the fact that we are conceding a lot of goals. That's also an important factor. But what worries me the most is the fact that this team is able to win 7 games in a row, but also lose 2 games in a row. And if you lose 2 games in a row, you are not there yet mentally. Like realistically cannot think of a team that has won the Scudetto in the last 15 years and has also lost 2 games in a row. I cannot think of one.
I'm sure it has happened. I don't think it's that big. This is my opinion. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest with you. But I'm not discounting your opinions either on it. So you anybody else wants to comment on this?
Yeah, so I think we do have the talent. Look at Napoli. They were missing Osimhen, Politano, Anguissa, and Adam Wonnas. I mean, 3 of them, or no, 2 of them are probably 2 of the most 4 important players in their team, and they still played well, and the team still had chemistry. You know, I think they just have a, even though they lost against Inter, I think they have a championship mentality. I think their defense gets set. I think their players have more concentration than our players that comes down to experience, but in the same time, I think it also comes down to IQ, because I see our games and I see some of the mistakes that we're doing. I seriously do say that it's not even under 15, mistake material, And coming from a different angle, I think we have 0 chance unless we get some quality in January, especially in the attacking department. If we don't do it, then the 0 chance. We can dream. Inter is gonna win it or Napoli.
Mm.
Guys, I gotta go. See you guys.
Hey, later, Skillet. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Napoli, look, Napoli is obviously not a team of youngsters like Milan is. Napoli is a team that has been building for a long time.
Experience.
And they've finally reached their peak, and they have a coach that plays the kind of football this team is designed or engineered to play. So it's all working out for them.
Yeah.
It could be their year, man. It could be their year. But I still think that the players, the Milan players, really believe, and they're going to challenge Napoli and Inter and whoever goes with. By the way, guys, Atalanta is 28 points. They're only 4 points away from us, so Atalanta is back in it. Yeah, it's getting really tight. Nathan, you were about to say something earlier. You weren't able to say it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that someone had said as well. We're not completely out, and we can most definitely challenge all the way. But if we don't get reinforcements in January, then it's really gonna be a problem. And I'm at the point, this is just my opinion. I'm at the point where I don't care if we go even 120 million in debt in January. Fucking do it, man. We'll get the fucking money back in 2 years. At some point you gotta go for it. And it sucks because look, we have no winger right now to rotate with Leao. When Leao comes off, then what? We're taking too long to support the attack, and then we expect Pioli to do something crazy, and it's just not going to happen with 100%. The squad that's being given to him. I understand, the financial shit like that, but goddamn, at some point it's okay, fuck it, we got to go for it. Otherwise, we're going to be in this position year after year after year.
You know what? I would ask Laird, since you brought that up. Laird, do you think that the January transfer market could be could be decisive to push for the Scudetto win? Could that make your opinion differ?
No, absolutely. The player I mentioned, they're still gonna make those mistakes. They're still gonna lag at a certain point of the season. I don't know. You can buy the best. Let's say you put a decent right wing. Whatever you guys want to put in that right. In a game like this, that right wing is not going to get any ball. He's going to be a lonely man in the desert.
I'm not even talking about just the right wing. I'm talking about they need to go and fill.
No, I'm doing an example, Nathan. You can put another midfielder, or you can buy another midfielder, for example. I want all 3. Yeah, let's say you buy all the 3 players you want to buy. Let's say you buy a replacement for Tomori.
No.
And a right wing.
a forward, attacking mid, and right wing. I want both of. I want all three of them.
Okay, whatever you buy, is still these players for injuries, for yellow, red cards, for any reason, they're not gonna be every time all the three players in the pitch. So we're gonna rotate, and the players we are rotating anyway, whatever you put in, they are not reliable, they are not solid, they are not consistent. You're gonna have a banging right wing, an attacking midfielder as well. Still, he's not gonna play all the games because at the end, you're not gonna buy the best attacking midfielder in the planet. You're gonna buy a guy that is more or less like Diaz. He's gonna lack one game,
Yes,
or
but-
let's say
but
even
you
if
know-
he's better than Diaz.
Do you know what you can also guarantee on? Better competition, raising the level of our players. So our
But
players
also-
at that point will not be at the same level. So there's also the chance that they don't make that
Can we
mistake
find somebody
because
that
their
can
level has
compete?
risen.
Sorry, can we find somebody that can compete with Kessie? Because he's playing like an idiot.
Yeah, we already have Adley and Pobega that can easily do that.
But I'm not sure Adli can show up like he can become like the next Brahim Diaz. Have a 3 great game and another one that is not feeling good and is not doing anything. Because he's a
Yes, but-
21 years old kid.
Yes,
Pobega
but-
as well. The pressure. He can
That-
play 3 great games and another one low. The key players we have are not good enough. They are
Yeah,
not
but-
consistent this season.
That the problem with what you are saying, the problem that I have with what you're saying is this: you saying this means that we should be challenging for Scudetto in 5 years, man. Because what's going to change next season? They are still not going to be ready. They are still going to be 22 years
No,
old.
and Rajon, I'm telling the truth. If you guys don't like it, it's a
No,
different
no, no,
situation.
no.
That is my truth.
I agree with you. No, but then we go back to what we were saying all summer long, that people were happy with what we did because we have a young. But my problem here is this: now, having established the fact that the team is young, therefore the team does not have a winner mentality, the team cannot be consistent.
Rajon,
That means that the team will be consistent in
Rajon.
5 years, and even in 5 years, they will still be relatively
Rajon.
young. They will be 25.
sorry, no,
26 years
Rajon.
old.
Theo Hernandez is not young anymore.
He's
Yes, he's
24,
not young
23,
anymore.
man. They are
No,
23,
they're not young,
24.
man. No. It's the 3rd season in Serie A. Kessi's been playing 4 or 5 seasons in Serie A. Forget about the young. I'm not talking about the age. Young in terms of football age. These people need to be consistent for 35 games a season in Serie A. They need to make like
Yep.
3
But
games
Larry-
wrong. Already
but we
Kessi
can
has
do
done
that
5 games
same-
wrong. Theo Hernandez already 5
can use
games has
that-
done poor.
Yes, but look at who their competition is. Teo Hernandez has no competition.
You
Kessi's
are not good.
competition
If
is-
you need competition, Maldini didn't need competition. Zanetti
No,
didn't
everyone
need
needs-
competition. Bullshit,
You're
man.
comparing.
That's not true.
You're comparing.
The-
You are comparing
Listen, the
players
Napoli
who
player
are
doesn't have
beyond world
competition.
class.
This is such an American thing about the competition, guys. I'm sorry. The Napoli
America,
player,
fuck yeah,
the-
bro.
the Napoli player doesn't have
America.
any competition, man, and he's giving 100%, and he's solid. They are
Nathan,
reliable. They have
Nathan,
zero.
we represent.
Nah.
We represent. We represent.
Nah,
That,
Larry,
stop with the
no.
competition, guys.
No,
Darmian,
Larry,
Darmian
you
is playing
you are 100%
games
incorrect.
without or with a competition.
Here,
This is a legend,
I'll
this
give
fact
you.
of
I'll
having
give
a
you an
competition
example. I'll give you an example in the most basic form. If you go run a 30 or 40-yard dash by yourself, you will have whatever speed you have. But your speed will actually increase if you have someone to go up against that is similar to you. Guaranteed 100%. And that is
No,
just
Nathan,
that's just
no,
a
I don't
yes,
believe
yes,
in
yes,
this
yes,
thing,
yes.
man.
You don't believe it because you haven't done it. Go do it and then come back to me.
No, Nathan, it's all bullshit,
Go
man,
do it
about
and
the
then come back.
competition
No,
thing.
no.
There is
Larry,
no
I'm
competition. Nathan, they are working together to win a title. There is no competition there. You need to give
I'm
everything,
sorry,
and
Larry.
you need to be concentrated.
I'm both, bro. Paul, I'm
Larry,
both.
you. I'm sorry.
No,
Larry, you
man,
just
come on.
don't-
You're
just
never
have
gonna find
no-
a guy that can compete with Theo Hernandez.
Why?
What I'm expecting that Theo Hernandez, because doesn't have a competition, he needs to do those mistakes every game and play poorly every game.
No,
Theo-
man. But I'm trying to
Come
tell
on,
you,
guy.
man. You
What are you
raise
guys
your
are
level.
talking? Stop with this
You raise your
competition thing.
level.
You can use that for Tonali players. They are starting to play for AC Milan, but even that, man, I don't believe in this thing, man. You want to play football, you want to win titles, you need a guy that actually
or
push
not,
you in the
whether
training
you
ground.
believe in it or not does not diminish it from being true.
What do you mean, man? I'll give you an example, man. There is a lot of teams that don't have zero competition. They have just one player. The other one is just a backup, and they still perform.
Look at what Tixai said. Nathan, look at what Tixai says.
Hey, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Do you think? Sorry, guys. Do you think Bastoni, Skriniar, and De Vrij have a competition at Inter? You guys are really serious. Bros,
how many years have they been playing together for?
No, guys, explain me this. Do you think Barella has somebody to compete at Inter? Every week he's putting 120% and being solid and performing and delivering. Stop with this competition. You need a guy to push you to play good. You're not AC Milan if you need somebody to push you.
I want to push back on that. I want to push back on that. Inter, look at their losses, right? They did lose one game. They tied a lot of games. So you can say the same thing about Inter. Inter had moments where they're more negative. Now it's more positive. Same thing is going to happen with Milan, Laird.
They're just being doom and gloom. That's all it is.
No, Roy, these two performances are really bad, man. Listen, the Sassuolo one is awful.
I agree. The Fiorentina one wasn't that bad, to be honest.
No, it was really bad, but we played better. But it was really bad. It's not like it was a good one.
Man,
I mean, do you think it's going to continue, guys? I think this is just a bump in the road. It's a big bump in the road, and
I don't think it's going to continue. But the problem is, just look at the table. Look at the top 4 teams, right? The top 4 teams, the maximum. Atalanta has lost 2 games. Inter has lost 1. Napoli has lost 1. We have already lost 2, right? Now, my problem is this. If you lose 2 games in a row, what's from stopping you losing a 3rd in a row? Why not?
Nah, I don't know, man. Against Genoa?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
That's just sports, though, man. That's just sports in general.
Yes, Nathan, but
it happens.
Yes, sure, it happens. Again, my problem is not that it happens. My problem is not that in the end of the season, after 38 games, we have X amount of losses. My problem is we did 2 losses in a row. This is a dip, man. And if it's a dip, means that this team is not ready. It's not ready to.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
I want to know where all the.
This is not
a fact. I'm not saying it's a fact.
I don't need you to agree. A player.
You can say whatever you want.
A team that loses and then loses the other match means they are not ready, man. They are not ready to go and win.
In a competition with over 50 games, you cannot say that losing 2 games means that you're shit.
The competition has 38 games.
Yeah, but including sure. 38 games, just stick to Serie A then.
Yeah.
Just because you lose 2 games in a row in Serie A does not mean that it's over.
Yes, it does.
This is apocalyptical. Apocalypse.
Inter didn't do it last season. Juve didn't do it the season before that. I think the only time that this might have happened is the season where Juventus was like 7th or 8th or something like that in the 11th match, and then they won everything in a row. This is the only season that I remember. A team that won the Scudetto losing 2 games in a row.
Even that season, Rajon, a lot of draw but not losing. And the problem is, man, 4 goals against Fiorentina. Fiorentina lost against Empoli. Clearly, there is something wrong in there. You're losing against teams that are not solid. Fiorentina conceded 19 goals. 19 goals, and you're losing against that team. And they did 21 goals in total, and you got 4 goals from them.
Yeah.
That is not a solid team that can win the league, guys. I'm sorry. That is level of Roma. Roma has those levels of goal conceded and goal made.
No,
that's not a title winning.
Roma has only 15 goals conceded. Oh,
exactly. Shit. Roma is a shambles defense. It has 14 goals.
I am convinced that Milan will bounce back, and the other teams will also lose points. And guys, the Shah asked an interesting question. How do you fix this situation? New psychologist, new players, new coach, new owner? No, I think, guys, in competition, Milan is not at that level like Barcelona, Messi, where they were going to win every single game, or Capello's Milan, the unbeaten run. They're not at that level. This team is going to lose a few games. And I think it's not a problem. I'm not worried at all. Do you guys have a different? I know you guys have different opinions, but how would you answer this question?
Like I don't know about the question, but I'm just gonna try to answer the question by saying what worries me. What worries me is this: that Inter can win the Scudetto, but now I'm so much less confident about us challenging for the Scudetto. And what worries me is the most is that the Inter that sold their three best assets is still better than us. This is what worries me. Inter without Conte, Inter without Lukaku, Inter without Hakimi is somehow still more prepared to win the Scudetto than us. This makes me sad. That's all.
Because, as I say, the players that start for Inter, they are mentally solid. They are prepared to handle and to be consistent. That is the most about consistent. You can lose, but you need to be consistent. That is the only thing. These players are consistent. They've done it for 2 years in a row, and this is the third year.
Yeah, but also, guys, Napoli and Inter again, there's like their average age is what, 28, 29. We're
But I don't
24.
care about age, Roy. I
No,
don't
but
care.
you have to care about it.
Man,
It's-
but if we have to care, then we have to win the Scudetto in 5 years, man. I don't agree with this.
no, I'm not saying that.
But this is what
I'm saying
what
that
you're saying.
experience does matter. Experience does matter, and maybe that experience can allow Inter and Napoli to surf through issues a little bit better when they come. But Milan is there, guys. Milan is still there. I agree that 18 goals is way too much. It's a clear. The table is very clear. The table is very clear who's going to win the Scudetto, guys. It's very clear, and I love.
Listen, the way I see it is this: Inter got second 1 year. The year after that, they went there without excuses, won the Scudetto. Now we are not doing that, man. We came second last year. Now here we are ready to make excuses why we can't win it. This is my problem. This is my problem.
But Red John, the season is we're just past the first quarter. We just passed the first quarter.
Sure, and we might win it. The problem is now is less likely. That's all.
Yeah. It is less likely, but I still believe. Forza Milan, ragazzi! Cazzo! Come on, Red John. Sing us a Milan song. I've never heard you sing a Milan song. Come on, let's go.
What are you talking?
Let me hear you sing. What's the song?
11 maggio 2001 e questa data non la scorda più nessuno, ma soprattutto gli azzurro-neri, perché questa partita l'abbiamo vinto 6-0 e Inter merda. This is what you want.
There you go. He's got it. He's got the Milan spirit.
What a voice! What a voice!
Huh?
Beautiful.
Come on,
X Factor, man.
Whatever song can you sing us? Sing us one more song.
No, stop this, man. I'm cringing now. Stop.
All right, guys. Listen, is there anything else you guys want to add? I don't think there's really much more to be said today. I do want to say something, actually. I saw Shevchenko's game against Udinese. Genoa play really well. They do the possession football. I don't know if it's because Udinese allowed them to do it, but Genoa looks like a team that looks good. I like what Shevchenko is doing with Genoa, even if it's just for a second game. But I kind of see where he's going with it, and I kind of see him being a Milan coach. If this is the way he plays, then I think he can do the Milan coach thing. And I also want to say that we have two easy games on paper, and these are the two games that are going to be very detrimental. If we lose these two games or we don't get maximum points out of these two next games, then, guys, I do think it's going to be a big struggle. But I'm expecting us to win both these next games. Lart, any thoughts you want to add to that? And then, guys, I'm going to close I have to go. If you guys want to keep on going.
No, I have to go as well. No, I want to say that, we're not going to win it this season, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to be realistic, and I don't want people to get that expectation. When we have, how many games we have at the end of the year, until the end of the year? I think we have 4 games or 5 games.
To the end of the year?
Yeah, until 20th of December, something like that.
Let me check.
4
Yeah,
games, I think.
Probably
or
4 or
5.
5. 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna miss points in those four games as well.
You think we're going to miss points? So
Yeah, we're not gonna
we have
go.
Genoa, we have Udinese, we have Salernitana, and we have Napoli.
Yeah. And we're gonna have Venezia as well, probably. Or we already had Venezia.
No, we already played against Venezia.
No, we're gonna miss points in those games anyway. So
Hey, who do you think we're going to lose points against?
easy, maybe it can happen with one of those small teams as well. I don't think we're gonna win against Napoli, so we lose 2 points there. I don't think we're gonna win all of them. Maybe we're gonna draw against Udinese.
All right, so these are our next games. We have the 1st of December. So I don't know what day is
In
that.
3 days.
In 3 days, we have Genoa, AC Milan. Then we wow. Then we have AC Milan, Salernitana. Red John, your line went in and out. We didn't hear what you said. Udinese, Milan, Napoli, Milan. And then we have Empoli. Guys, look, this should be our next goal. The team should look at these next, 5 games, and then it is the New Year's. And these 5 games, the goal should be at least 12 points. At least 12 points. Minimum 12 points. If not 12, 13. Minimum 13 points. I think Milan can do it. I think
it's gonna be very, very hard for us the last 3 games, man. I fear Udinese because Udinese at home for us has been historically a shit place to get points from. Napoli because they are showing to be a better team than us, even with injuries. And Empoli because Empoli is a team that plays football, man. And versus teams that play football, we struggle. We don't win easily.
I don't fear Napoli at all. I think we're going to really hurt them. We're going to kick their ass so bad.
My whole point is we can actually make even 10 points on these games or whatever, 12. And other teams are going to lose points as well. It's not going to be just us. The thing is, our numbers are wrong. We conceded too many goals. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna reach 25 goals conceded by the end of the year.
That aspect
you
is
win a Serie A title with 35 goals conceded, and we're gonna have 25 at the end of the year.
That aspect is undeniable. It really is. It's just an.
Then we need to buy a whole new center backs. Replace the whole defense. That's what we need to do. Replace the whole defense.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if it's the whole defense.
I don't know that it's even possible, but even if you do that, I don't know there is people in the market that actually can perform to give you clean sheets for the second part of the season.
It's the solidity of the team.
It's about the team, not the defense. If Kessie keep losing balls, man, you can put Van Dijk in that defense. If he's losing balls, you're gonna concede. If Theo Hernandez loses the ball in the last 5 minutes against Fiorentina, whatever is in the defense, you're gonna concede. It feels like Manchester United when he's not solid and he gets goals from every position. That's what it feels. It's just a joke.
Oh, and by the way, guys, after the Salernitana game, before the Udinese game, we have the big game, the mother of all games, San Siro versus Liverpool, which will tell us what our fate will be. Hopefully, if every game goes our way. Yeah, I think the team needs to solidify.
Are we going to win against Liverpool left?
We can win against Liverpool, but the funny thing is that we're gonna lose against Udinese after 3 days. That is this AC Milan that they can concentrate for a big game and have
Lair, what happened to all your enthusiasm, Lair?
Huh?
What happened to all your enthusiasm?
What do you mean?
Now you're starting to sound like me and Red John.
No, I'm not, man. I'm not complaining about the squad, the elements and the players. I'm just saying that the squad is not solid enough. The team overall.
I need Tick Size to join us in the live because I can't
though.
be the only positive one. What's that? Yeah, we had a great market. What happened to that?
Sorry?
What happened to the market? You said it was great. I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's still
still-
good. I still think it's
you're
good.
contradicting everything you've been saying so far, there.
No, I'm analyzing the situation, Nathan. This team with worst player, we were more solid the previous year. We conceded 36 goals the previous year.
Wow, that's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
It's basically an average of one goal, almost one goal a game. We are
Right.
going with an average of 1.5 goals a game, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 1.3 or something.
1.3. So it's just about numbers, and the team is better. It is with names and with the young players are even more experienced. It's just, for example, I'm doing an example like KC and Theo because they are clear examples, so you can see it. But I'm not having a problem with them specifically. Their way of performing this season is so inconsistent. It's not the problem the players we bought. The players we had are not performing as they performed the previous year. And that is really disappointing.
But is it the players or is it the system? That's my question.
No, it's not the system. The system is great.
I don't think it's the system. You just need to fucking play better.
I think
But
it's the players.
guys,
Just obviously,
No, but
today
no-
something happened. What happened today? Was it motivation? What happened today? Was it
but-
Sassuolo that they're more rested? What happened?
No, but Roy, the problem is not today. The problem is in the last 3 matches, we have lost 11 points. 8 points, and we have conceded 8 goals in the last 3 matches alone.
How did we lose 11
This is-
points? 11 points?
8 points.
Okay.
Another thing, the month of November has been awful. This month of November, we won just one game, which is, if I'm not wrong, Atletico.
Well, we have it right here.
We draw a lot of games, and we lost a lot of games.
So we tied month of November. We tied against Inter 1-1. We lost against Fiorentina, and we lost against Sassuolo. So
And we
this,
tied against Porto,
So what do
and
y'all think
we
is the problem?
won against Atletico.
but the positive thing that I kind of look at them as tunnels. These next 5 games, these next 3 games, these next whatever games. So far, Milan has done great, aside from this batch of games. Inter, Fiorentina, Sassuolo, which are difficult games. All 3 of these games are difficult.
And you know what else? It's also better to have this bad run of form right now than to have it in the second half of the season. Like, I would rather have this purple patch right now than later.
No. But
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, Red John, what would you do? What do you want this to happen in the final months of the season or right now?
Yeah.
If you had
No.
if you had
In-
to pick
in the
if
final
you
months,
had to pick-
in the final
No,
months,
what?
No,
What
what?
are you talking about?
Red
Guys,
John,
guys,
what
relax.
are you? Oh, okay, go ahead and explain because that's crazy to me.
Nathan, before Red John explain it, it's the same
Relax.
thing, man. You're losing
Relax.
point in the beginning or at the end. It's
Guys,
the same thing.
relax.
You're losing point.
I'm sorry because I got disconnected. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
I have no guarantee, Nathan, that this one happened also in the last.
But
months
that's
as well.
not the. That's I understand that. That's not what I asked. I asked, what would you prefer to have this moment right now, or at the end of the season when
It doesn't
we're
matter,
going for the title?
Nathan.
No.
It doesn't matter
No,
if
it
you have
does
it
matter.
right now or
It
no.
does matter.
Nathan,
But-
it does not matter.
Red John,
Because
answer the question, please.
guys.
Okay, let's say right now.
guys,
Okay, let's
guys,
say right now.
Please, just 1 second, guys. If we lose 3 games in the Scudetto, 38 points, it doesn't matter if we lose them now or by the end. In the end, we're gonna have the same
But
tally of
the
points.
difference is
Do you understand what
how
I'm saying or not?
the difference is on how many points we have and where the other teams are at as well.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if
So
you lose
you
the
want-
same number of
you-
games. It doesn't matter if you lose them in the beginning or
No,
not.
the situation can be
No.
completely different.
Oh my God, you guys are
It's not true.
No way.
You are
That's
unbelievable.
definitely not.
No,
true.
the question is very straightforward. what is better to lose your form now or at the end of the season? The best thing you can do is to have your form at the end of the season, because that's when
Exactly.
the games are going to matter.
No,
yeah.
it's about. He asked me, would you rather lose these games now or at the end of the season?
No, I said,
Assuming
would
that-
would you
assuming that
rather?
we
I
win
said,
everything else.
No,
And
that's
for
not
me,
what
I
it
said,
doesn't
would
matter
you
what.
want this? Would you want this bad patch of forms right now, or at the end of the season?
yeah, that's the question.
No,
Right.
a batch,
What-
a batch of bad performances. I would want it now better than at the end of the season.
Okay.
Okay.
The problem.
So that,
yeah,
but
the
that's
problem-
we all agree
no,
on that. We agree
Yes,
on that.
yes, we agree. The problem that I have is this: if I would choose right now, I have no guarantee that this won't happen again. Won't happen again. This is my problem.
Yeah, there's no
Yes, I know.
guarantees in life.
There's
Yeah.
no guarantee in life at all. But I was just saying, right now we can go up from here. At the end of the season, that's it. You're done. But we can recover. That's the difference. There's no time to recover at the end.
I'm
Also-
sorry, Nathan, but this is an illusion. You know what I mean?
not an
Because at the
illusion.
end of the thing, you win the league if you lose 4 games, for example.
Yeah.
Let's say that if you lose 4 games and you draw 6 or 5, you can win the league. But if you have already lost 50% of your game on November, you basically now you need to be perfect until the end of the season. It's really hard. It's really hard to do
The
that.
difference is we haven't lost 50% of our games.
No, but
Yeah, it
No,
also depends on
50%
where
of
the other teams
available
are.
games you can lose, man. Because you can lose in a season. If you want to win the league, you can lose 4 games. You already lost 2.
so you are allowed to lose 2 more until the end.
2
of
more.
The
You
season.
are allowed to lose 2 more, and you draw already 2. If I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
so you're allowed to draw another 4.
No,
So in your pocket, you have
because
4.
you can lose
games
at any point in time.
That wrong.
You can lose at any point in time, Lyric. At any point in time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even
That's
Bayern
what we were
Munich
saying.
lost to
Me
like
and Bertrand
a
were saying
bottom
that.
place team.
Yeah, that's
But-
what we are saying. That you can lose any time. The most important thing is you shouldn't lose more than 4 games, and we already lost 4.
2.
That is a lot of games.
No, we lost 2. Like,
Sorry, 2. Yeah, we lost 2 and we draw 2.
It's
So
not
we have
bad.
now
It's not
available
bad.
another 6
It's
games
not bad,
to do
man.
mistakes.
No, guys, I
So-
agree
so-
with.
So
Listen, I
what
agree
happens
with.
if we don't lose and then we beat Napoli and now Napoli have 2 losses? That means now
Yeah.
Napoli is garbage.
That is good.
There's no way they're going to win the title. They have
That
2
is good,
losses.
Nathan. That is good.
It's all doomsday.
But
No,
that
Okay,
is
but
good.
that means,
Nathan,
but by
Nathan.
your logic, they can't win the league though. By your
No,
logic.
Nathan, relax. He's not saying that. What he's saying now is that
That's
you
what
are.
he's saying.
No, he's saying that you are in the situation now. If you beat Napoli, that you and Napoli both have 2 games
Okay.
that you have lost, and Inter has only lost 1 game. So now the competition becomes you, Inter, and Napoli.
It's always
Yeah.
been us 3.
No. Right now, it's not us 3 anymore because you are 4 points away from Atalanta.
Well,
and
yeah,
7 points
4
away.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
Atalanta's going to drop points too.
Sure, man, sure. But the problem is, if you lose 2 games in a row, I have no guarantee that you won't lose a 3rd and a 4th.
Okay.
Get it? This is my problem. My problem is this: if you concede 18 goals in 14 games, something is not going. Something is wrong. Get it? And not just that. When we lose hard. When we lose, we concede 4 goals.
Who is that down to?
That's down to the team, and in my opinion, to the coach as well. To the coach as well.
The coach that we gave an extension to.
No. But listen, I have no problem with Pioli, man, because the coach is also responsible for the fact that we are second in the table, 3 points away from the first, right? He's to like the coach gets the praises when he does well. He gets also the blame when he does not do as well, in my opinion, right?
I'm not even blaming Pioli for these losses.
Neither am I, but I also do not really understand why Pioli chose to play with Bakayoko starting today. Like,
I was thinking the same thing too, but I figured, rotation, but this wasn't a game to experiment with Baca and Benacer. And also, this is not a game to experiment with having Florenzi back there as well. You can do that for like Empoli or something like that, but for Sassuolo and how we know they can play, I think he did get that lineup a little bit wrong.
I don't know. We talked last stream as well, and we were talking. When was the last time in the league that we had a clean sheet? I don't remember, man. We concede goals every single goddamn game.
Roy, can you show me the games we have played? Can you show me the games we have played? So I'll tell you.
The games we're playing?
Yeah.
We played already. The games we played already.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning.
Let's start.
Lazio,
This is
Lazio.
Sampdoria, Milan. This is a solid team.
Yeah.
4-1 against Cagliari, solid. Go down. 2-0 Lazio, solid. Juventus 1, solid. Milan Venezia 2-0, solid. Spezia away 1-2, solid. Here you see the problem. 2-3. You're winning 3-0 against Atalanta. You get 2 goals. Verona, 2 goals against Verona at home. That is not solid. 2 goals against Bologna. Red cards and Buscilade. That's not a solid game. Torino, you've been solid. Roma, you're dominating 2-0. You do mistakes and you get a goal and you almost lose that game. That is not solid. Inter 1-1 can be normal, but they had a lot of chances as well. So it's not a solid game. It was a crazy game. Fiorentina, 4 goals. Sassuolo, 3 goals. What is this? This is not a winning title. How you say it? Squad.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. If the next 10 games they win all of them with a clean sheet, that is a different point.
Yeah.
That means that was just something went wrong in that month.
Yeah. I agree with Larry totally. The fact that we have 18 right now, I can only judge the team for right now. If the team goes the next 10 games with a clean sheet, we are back in the competition 100%. Get it? Because now we have played 24 games and we have only conceded 18. But playing 14 and conceding 18, it's not solid.
That is the trend. You cannot underestimate the trend.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know. Let's see, guys. I think we failed these last this group of 3 games. We had 3 big games, completely failed. Inter, Fiorentina, and Sassuolo completely failed. But now we have easier games aside from the Napoli game, and this is a new chapter. And let's see how the team does in these new games.
And you know what makes me mad? What makes me mad is the fact that the fans of all the other teams have been saying this last year, that Milan will stumble at some point and then have a difficult period, will crumble and lose points. And we did that last year. And they said it again this year, and here we are, man, dropping points again. This
gives a fuck what they say.
No. Again, it's not about opinion. It's about the fact that they have the perception of Milan as a team without stars, a team that is not strong enough, but they are going on the hype of being young and winning. Get it? And then they are, at some point, they will crumble, and they will crumble for real. And now here we are, finding ourselves on the ground.
I just don't see it as being so apocalyptic, just to use a loaded term. I think they're going to bounce back. I think we're going to bounce back, and we're going to still be fighting for the Scudetto until the end. I just see Napoli being the favorites right now because of the goals things. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, do we anything else you want to add? Because I do have to go now, and it was a good live. I did a little poll. Can Milan still win the Scudetto? 64% says fuck yeah, 18% says fuck no, and 18% says fuck you. So
I'm voting that fuck you right now, man. Oh, shit.
Roy, I have a question for you.
If we get signings, then yes, I think we can.
Me and you and other people as well. I'm not excluding other people, but we've seen a lot of Serie A runs. You know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen in my entire life. Probably the Zaccheroni Scudetto. Maybe that AC Milan was really unreliable and they won the Scudetto.
Yeah.
And that was the year of the 7 sisters, basically, because everyone was so good that everyone was losing points and getting goals.
Correct.
It was really a not solid Serie A run. But this season, Napoli conceded 7 goals. So Napoli is actually solid compared to all the other 19 teams.
Yeah.
So if Napoli had 12 goals conceded, 13, let's say that, I will understand. We'll say, you know what, Napoli is not so solid. We can actually still get in track and win it. But I don't even, if I'm an Inter supporter, I wouldn't even think we're gonna win the title because they concede a lot of goals as well.
Yeah. It's a huge difference, man. It's those 7 goals. They've scored less than half than everybody else. Literally, nobody else has conceded 14 goals. Everybody else has conceded more than 14 goals. So they've literally conceded less than half than everybody else, and they're scoring a shitload of goals too.
They're second highest for goal score.
Yeah, Inter is second. But hey, season is not. If we beat them, you know, maybe the goal difference thing won't be a problem anymore. But we'll see. All right, guys. Anything you got? Do you guys want to go? Keep on going, Lart?
I'm fine.
Keep going.
Lart, can you keep on going? Or
No,
yes,
I need to go, man.
Yeah,
Let's
I have
go
to
then.
go too. All right, guys. Listen, Red John, Nathan, thank you guys so much for your opinions and the post-match. Lart, thank you for joining us today, guys. Everybody, thank you for being here. Please like that video, guys. Like that video, help us grow. And Wednesday we have a game against Shevchenko. It's going to be a fun game. We're going to do watch along and then the post match. So, guys, Forza Milan. Shitty day for us Milanisti today, but we will live to fight another day. Last words from you guys.
Forza Milan.
Forza Milan, guys.
All right, guys. Everybody, thank you very much. Alla prossima. Arrivederci. Ciao.